to episode 99 of Floating Through Film. This week we just finished our Cassavetes series, and we're doing another break episode before we do our our special 100th episode next week.
Super special. Not really though.
Not really. But it's crazy that we have 100 episodes coming next week. I guess we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah. Save the sentimentality for next week.
Yeah.
We're haters on this.
We love sentimentality.
Actually, we're not hating on this one either. Even though actually that's kind of how I wanted to start it in a way.
Yeah.
Because as you've seen, we're doing the 80s movie draft. And we were kind of getting into it before we started. I think Luke was kind of hinting at this too, but this seems like a little weaker decade.
It is.
Maybe compared to
especially compared to like the last three drafts we did. Like
it's not.
It's like okay, it definitely has like the top of it definitely like matches up. I feel like, but like it doesn't have the depth at least from what I've seen. At least I should.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah,
because I think it's more like just the way I've like approached like watching movies is I've tried to go further than the past.
Yeah.
So I feel like I haven't gone as deep in the 80s.
See, I might be. Even then, it's still like.
But Blake, you're the one who disagrees. So.
Oh yeah, he's a Hong Kong.
And John Carpenter's golden era.
The Hong Kong bunch once again.
Yeah. John Carpenter's golden era. I mean, okay, I agree with you with that.
Kurosawa's best movies.
No. No, I'm kidding. No, a lot of people agree with that. So yeah, I can't disagree. With
maybe his best movie, but came out this decade.
Oshima's best movie.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah. Obayashi started this decade.
Not his best movie.
Oh, all
his best movie. Oh. Not even his like top three. Or in the second.
If you choose Obayashi,
actually maybe top threes, but not.
Okay, if you drop the Obayashi movie, I'm gonna put this. We're gonna have to put this part on the audio.
His top two movies are not in this decade. My favorite two. Maybe his
top two movies might be in this decade, though.
They might not be, though. Okay, we should.
The Hong Kong is a good point, even though 90s is probably... Tarkovsky.
Even then, 70s was his best decade, in my opinion. Like,
Stalker 70s, right?
Mirror and Solaris are all in 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of weak.
Weak point.
Yeah, weak point. No, I'm joking.
Like all his best movies.
See, that's the one where, all of his like best movies.
But even
I can just keep on going down the list.
But even then, like a lot of
we're not saying this is a bad decade. And there's no such thing as a bad decade in film at the end of the day.
Yeah, but like it's I think
except for the 2020.
If we're talking like American movies, this is when like basically like a lot of the auteurs were kind of driven out of like mainstream Hollywood with Heaven's Gate coming out in 1980, 1979. Basically, like the Hollywood new Hollywood era kind of collapsed. Starting with this decade, which is definitely important. I feel like,
even though is that important to us as much?
For me, it is.
Like, have you watched a lot of new you haven't even watched a lot of like 70s Hollywood movie? I feel like.
I mean, just 70s because like think of the 70s Hollywood. It's like a lot of the auteurs are like the kind of mainstream. That's what made it kind of special.
That's true.
So it's just like it's.
I mean,
not
80s is an action decade too. That's like one reason why I love it. So.
That's a downside.
Honestly. Okay.
Because you're saying that about the Hollywood studios, and but they also gave us a lot of great action movies in this decade. So I can't really hate that much,
Oh wait, did Dreams not come out?
No, Dreams is 90s.
I literally was saying that, and I just realized I was like, wait, I don't have it on my draft board. And I was talking about Dreams, and I was like, oh wait, yeah.
Talk about another great decade. We'll get to
later. Nice. Definitely a bit better. Definitely better than those 80s.
Yeah, because your Hong Kong point, 90s might be the best for Hong Kong in the 90s too.
Let's start here. The best movies are here, though. Actually, not even the best. But okay, two of the best are here.
Yeah. But I mean, should we just get into it then?
Okay, hold on. I once again forgot to pull up the number generator. I did this last time as well.
I don't trust Luke anymore. He's given Dany the first pick the last two.
Okay, well hold on. Not me. It's the RNG gods.
Okay. I somehow always get last.
Okay, hold on.
Damn, now I hope you get last.
It will happen again.
Okay. Alright, let me type in our names, and then the order is Dany, Blake, Luke.
Let's go.
At least I'm not last, I guess.
Wait, so I get to pick what pick I want, right? Oh, sure. Are we doing the same thing where our first pick has to be like kind of like our...
Yeah, and then we go back.
Okay. Yeah. Then we go back to the official.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This is a pretty obvious pick. I feel like.
So your number,
My number one pick, Mind of Clay.
Yeah, that was obvious.
Matimanos. I mean, I've talked about this like based on every episode where we picked a list. And I'll talk about it eventually, but...
We did a podcast episode on it, Danny.
We also did a podcast episode.
Yeah, you forgot.
No, we're going to do another one, though. We'll definitely come back to it. You said this about a different movie.
Oh, yeah, so like Demy movies.
Demy, yeah. If we do Demy...
But
that was also because like, it was like at the beginning of our podcast.
Same thing, yeah.
Mind of Clay was like not that long ago.
What? It was a long time. It was like Vertov.
It was like end of 2022. Like,
yeah, it was.
Damn. Do you have like more to say on it, do you think? Or like...
Oh, yeah. That was a pretty short episode, too.
Was it? Okay.
Anyway, yeah. I rewatched it, too, yesterday. Great movie.
It was the 8th time?
8th time, yep.
Yeah.
For now. But yeah, that's my number one pick. You guys know, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it was obvious. We weren't going to steal it from you.
Well, it's your number one? Now I'm curious what plays.
My number one, I am going to play a little Devin numbers game. Just because
you gotta pick your favorite.
No,
you gotta pick your favorite.
They're both in my top 10, so...
You gotta pick your favorite. You have a ranked list. You have a really ranked top 100.
They're also both in my top 10.
You have a ranked top 100.
I can check the numbers.
Yeah, I know what you should pick. I know what you're...
They're also both in my top 10, though, so...
So what is it?
Sans Soleil.
Oh! It should be better tomorrow.
Yeah.
Coming up. But, no, Sans Soleil, I rewatched it again, actually, today. Amazing movie again. But this was actually the first time I watched it in English, because the last 2 times I actually watched it in French. And you guys were right. I do think I like it better in English, just because it's easier to pay attention to the images instead of reading subtitles, basically. Yeah. But, I mean, we also did a podcast on this, although it was one of the early ones. I don't know if you want to listen to that.
We definitely could do it again. We definitely could.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to listen to that episode.
That was so good. I think I actually listened to that. I mean, it's
okay. Give Dany's taste, I guess.
Don't hate on our own podcast.
I mean, it was
early.
We were just hating early.
Yeah, we definitely were.
It was early.
Gotten better.
It was when we had the shitty mic, too.
Yeah, it was a worse mic. But we've gotten better, for sure.
But yeah, Sans Soleil, amazing movie. And my top 10. Nice. You guys can't hate on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm picking it better tomorrow. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I would have called you out and killed you right afterwards.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I picked... With my first pick, I'm picking Love Streams, directed by John Cassavetes. Literally just did this last episode.
I saw Dany gave it the Cowards 4 today.
Yeah. Disappointing, you know.
It's just a solid 4 movie.
Cowards 4. But if I had to say one thing about it, it's just like, it's Cassavetes bunkering down and just like fully focusing on like love. And it's just amazing.
It's an amazing movie.
But yeah, go listen to it because I talked a lot about it then. So yeah, Love Streams is my number one pick. So back to you, Dane. Now we're gonna do the steak.
Okay.
Thing.
Okay, number 2 is also a movie we've done, and it's kind of obvious. It's L'Argent.
Yeah, that's obvious.
If you see my Letterboxd profile, these are like my 2 like all-time favorite movies in the 80s. So I was kind of hating on the 80s, but at the same time.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. Like the top of it matches up with other
top
decades,
is
in my
amazing,
opinion.
yeah.
But then it's not as deep.
We only do the tops here.
But I mean, we did Bresson recently, and yeah, you can go listen to L'Argent.
One word to describe it.
L'Argent. No, I don't know. Brown. I was gonna say like green too. There's like sort of like green, but I'm thinking of the poster too because I'm looking at it right now on Letterboxd. Yeah. But yeah, just a great movie. I really wasn't prepared to talk about these 2 because like I talk about them all the time. All these lists. So like it's some of these later ones I'm actually.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Playtime. Like every time I bring it up, I'm like, what do I even say at this point? Like I talk about like
talking about L'Argent again and Bresson.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my pick number 2.
All right, my number 2 pick, A Better Tomorrow. We also are not going to talk very much about this because it is going to be coming up in a couple weeks.
Let's go.
3 weeks, I think. But,
okay.
But, I mean, if you've been listening to this podcast the last year, you basically know that I love A Better Tomorrow. John Woo's best movie.
Even though apparently Luke pointed out, I'm the one who watched it first.
You did watch it first.
Oh, yeah.
So Blake it should be my pick, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Blake's taking my pick.
Danny put you on, you know, so...
He did, though. I already knew
I mean, Sans Soleil is pretty high up for me, too. But Blake took that.
Well, Sans Soleil was the only one I was worried about.
But even though I knew
I know all of us love that equally, so...
Even though Luke didn't like it, if I remember, you didn't like it as much when we reviewed it.
It's good. It's good. Or wait, which movie?
Sans Soleil.
Oh, so yeah, I like love it now. It's like
that's
Better Tomorrow. You're still just like
Better Tomorrow. He's going to change.
Even though we're forcing him to watch it in a couple of weeks. So.
I mean, no, I could definitely see me loving it on rewatch. Like I'm not like steadfast in my ways.
It's just a ballet of action.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. It's just like the first half I didn't really like as much my first time. Like the slapstick, I just wasn't really like this all like slapstick like comedy for some reason just didn't like connect with me.
Damn.
There's not a lot of slapstick comedy.
You're hating on Blake's number 2 movie of the 80s.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I might just have to steal one of his favorite movies right now.
Here we go.
Miss Lonely. I'm picking it.
Okay, now I know this is bullshit.
Well, I have 5 stars. I have 5 stars, Blake.
You should have picked that. Fuck.
No, well, I mean that was coming up because I knew that was one that he would maybe have on his list. But I know for a fact
this movie's amazing.
I know for a fact he likes his Motorbiker Island more.
Oh, do I? Wait, how do you know that? Both of them at 5 stars. How are you gonna
your
know that?
list? Don't you have a ranking?
No, I don't have an Obayashi.
It's higher on your favorite films list. So.
I only have the top 10 ranks, so
it doesn't matter.
It came out before, so wait. Actually, no, it didn't come out before. I don't think. Did it? Wait, did it?
I think it came out the same year, actually.
Oh, so you don't know.
Either way, why do you like this one?
It's a movie. It's one of the best. Like it's just Obayashi making movies about dreams and making it really beautiful. And there's just about just like that, and like bringing that in with a connection with your parents, basically, and like their childhood, and kind of melding that together. Yeah, it's just Obayashi just making fucking beautiful ass movies that I just love.
He's a fake fan though because it's
also the slapstick.
He said the '80s are nowhere near his best decade.
I mean, I just like his 2010s better. I don't know. His 2010s decades.
That kind of makes him even a bigger fan because even in a weak decade, he's picking him this high.
Yeah.
His weak decade also has like 3 5 stars too. So.
What are the other ones? Or is it coming out?
His Motorbiker Island.
That's that's one of them. But you have that 4.5, don't you?
I have that one 4.5. I have another Obayashi I can pick.
Because that is a coward's 4.5 because he just called it a 5.
Yep. You got him.
A 5 on rewatch, maybe.
Also, the slapstick from the actress who plays like Miss Lonely is like Chaplin-esque. It's like insane to watch.
It's amazing. I hate you. So.
Wait, what?
I said it's amazing and I hate you. So,
so we're going Snake now, right?
Yeah, it's my turn again. And honestly, I might just mess around and take another one from Blake because honestly, it's honestly one of my next picks. The Legend of the Stardust Brothers. I'm picking it.
Fine. I wasn't on my list actually.
So. Wait, what? Dang!
80's a strong man. That's what I was telling you.
Yeah, musical hater.
There was whenever you said this, I was worried that you were gonna pick my next pick. So
okay.
I feel like he's lying and he had it on there.
Yeah,
I had it in my podcast
mention.
Yeah,
I have it in my honorable mention.
Blake and I talked about this before during a break episode on the cast along with the bandwagon. But yeah, it's one of the most insane musicals I've ever seen that has that nails both the musical the choreography of the musical numbers, but also just the music being amazing. It's literally just Japanese city pop but yeah, it's also just has some really good ideas about just the dangers of the music industry and fascism. But yeah, go listen to our episode on it. Dany wasn't on it to hate on it. Thank God. You know?
Why, you don't think I would like it?
You're just a musical hater at this point. I feel like you're gonna.
No. I like John Woo's musical.
Okay.
In quotation mark.
Quotation. No.
His gun musicals. But
Blake.
All right, Blake. What's your number 3 pick?
All right, I was looking at Luke's list for a second, but it's fine.
Damn.
I'm gonna.
I tried on purpose, even though I knew Blake's top 2 picks were most likely going to be Sans Soleil and Better Tomorrow, and those are definitely my top 7, both those movies. But then I assumed you were going to take them before that, so I moved them down.
Yeah,
to be honest,
I didn't even have Mind of Clay on here because I knew I wasn't going to get one of it. So. But my third pick will be My Neighbor Totoro. That was what I was worried Luke was going to pick whenever he picked Stardust Brothers. But we also did podcast on this. But My Neighbor Totoro, my favorite Miyazaki movie, probably will never change, honestly. But
it's a bold statement.
It is, because he's still making movies too. So. I mean, he's still making movies too, so you never know. But
Honestly,
But,
Boy
yeah.
and the Heron's honestly top tier Miyazaki.
That's one we could do.
Honestly, yeah, we do need to do that at some point.
We do need to do that.
But we can do that.
We were just talking
on
about break too.
When we do another FTF rejects episode.
We didn't reject that one.
It
But still, it would fit the theme of the episode, though.
Like
Of just doing a movie.
What's the other Ghibli we could do?
Or for the other one, we did a Godard and a Fellini.
Oh yeah, we could.
So we could do like
okay.
Counts from Hong Kong or something, which would work because they're both like late movies from.
You want to do Countess from Hong Kong?
I actually do kind of want to rewatch that.
No, you guys are gonna hate on it.
I might like it more.
No, you guys are haters. Fuck.
I'm open minded.
Okay, we can do The King from New York. It's okay.
All right, that
Miyazaki's got another.
King from New York is like a more like just a normal good movie in a way.
I mean, Miyazaki's got another movie coming, so we can do that one with the Countess from Hong Kong later.
Except for the
In 10
score.
years.
The score for Countess
Yeah.
from Hong Kong is so insane.
That's why I also want to rewatch
It's
it.
insane.
But yeah,
It also looks amazing.
Yeah, it does. Damn, I need to rewatch that. Fuck,
But yeah, My Neighbor Totoro, getting us back on track.
Okay,
Great
yeah,
movie.
totally.
So-
You said this is your favorite Miyazaki, obviously.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one in contention from this decade would have been Grave of the Fireflies, but that movie's super depressing, so...
Damn, not Kiki's?
No.
Oh.
I do love Kiki's, though.
Alright. My number 3 pick is Intervista.
yeah.
Damn, this high.
Yes.
I was hoping y'all would forget about it.
No,
No, I was thinking about putting it on my list, too.
I literally rewatched this yesterday. Too.
Damn.
Oh.
And I know that I like this movie more than Luke because you gave it a 4.5.
Exactly, I like it more than him, too.
I checked the rating.
Hey, I was gonna say it for later. In case
It wasn't even on your list, probably.
It is on my list. I just had to.
Okay, that makes me feel good. I'm glad I stole something.
It's not Cowards 4.5. That's why I'm trying to prove it.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
okay.
It's a real
I
one.
gave this. I'm pretty sure I didn't convince you, but I helped
You made me reevaluate it
because you were going to originally do this for the episode when we reviewed it.
Well, yeah, I didn't like love it first watch,
Yeah.
but like you told.
What'd
me
you give it?
I think I gave it like 3.5, 4 maybe.
But I can see like I rewatched it yesterday because I hadn't watched it since 2022, which is it's kind of weird that 2022 is like so feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, honestly,
you
that's
know, I
what
was like,
thinking,
fuck,
yeah.
like I didn't like watch Fellini all of last year, basically.
Yeah,
which is weird to think about.
Well, you rewatched Amarcord, didn't you?
Oh, Amarcord, yeah.
But that's like the only.
But that's one. Yeah, like, and I already felt like I'd seen Intervista kind of recently, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, it still felt amazing rewatching it though.
Okay, so yeah, I
like,
still love it. Yeah.
it felt good to get into style again. I was like,
Okay,
I missed it,
okay,
you know, I'm
okay.
gonna have to rewatch some of these other ones.
With Dolce Vita next.
This movie makes you want to rewatch Dolce Vita.
That's what I'm
You know that
saying.
scene. You know
Yes.
that scene.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we reviewed it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Amazing scene. Do you
so
like it better
good.
than Amarcord, or what do you?
It's about it maybe
Ooh, okay.
in certain ways they're both the same like levels for me.
Honestly.
In my heart of hearts, I think this movie's better than 8.5. I'm not gonna lie. So
Okay. What's your top 100 say?
it probably has 8.5 on it.
You're like,
Alright, got
It's like
Coward's take.
all I care about is
right
what your
there.
top 100 says.
That's just every like.
Now I'm gonna
take,
delete my
like,
list.
Just like edit it with Intervista, like right above it. Be like, yeah, I just had to make a quick edit, guys. Like,
But it made me like, because I don't know if you remember in the movie, it's like about he's making the Kafka book called America. Do you remember that? It's like that's what the whole movie's about. But like you can watch the whole movie and not even realize that basically.
I didn't realize it. Yeah.
But it made me want to read the book because the book kind of looks interesting too.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing I know about Kafka is I've watched The Trial, which is like based off a book by him.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Intervista, amazing. Oh yeah, another pick. Actually, I'm taking this 4, and it is pretty high up for me. But I thought Blake might also have it on his list at some point. So, Violent Cop, Katana.
Yeah. No, I didn't have it on my list.
Oh damn! I hate Katana hater.
Okay. It's a great movie though.
No, it's honestly might be my favorite Katanas, and it's his debut movie too.
Yeah.
Because no, it's honestly so crazy. It's a debut movie, but like it feels like someone who's had like I still don't know enough about his like former life, kind of as a comedian, like you know, Beat Takashi they call him.
Yeah.
Like that's how he's like more popular in Japan and everything. But you can definitely feel like even though it's a debut movie, you can feel it's like from a person that has like a lot of experience, just a lot of ideas. You know, it's not like a young person necessarily. And that's what I love about Violent Cop so much.
But my favorite thing about Violent Cop is him walking to the music. It's so good.
Okay,
my God.
yeah.
Like, wasn't it Joe Hisashi did the score?
Well, a lot of Katana scores.
It's so good, Violent Cop 2. Like, I really need to rewatch it again because I still didn't love it the second time I watched it. I still think it's a great movie, but I still didn't it didn't connect with me as much as like Fireworks or anything or Hanabi, but. Or even Kikijiro.
Violent Cop is literally like maybe his most pessimistic too, which is why I love it. Like
it is very pessimistic. It's Dirty Harry.
I haven't watched. Okay, it's been a long time since I've seen Dirty Harry. I don't know. Is it as like this? Is what I love about Violent Cop is like it's basically has no sides on it.
Yeah.
Like it shows the villain and the hero is basically like the same kind of guy almost. They're basically doomed to the same kind of fate.
Yeah.
And it like doesn't give you any room basically to be like because you kind of want to cheer for Katana obviously, but he's honestly too far gone at this point too. Like once you watch the movie, once you're watching through the movie, but I would love to do Katana at some point, dude. I think he's so good. Blake picked John Woo instead.
What do you mean I picked? Of course I did.
I'm like, but not Blake. No,
you've seen more Katana movies than me at this point.
Have I?
I think so.
Maybe.
Because I watched I think I've seen like 8 or 9. I think you've seen more than that now.
Yeah, I'm at 12. Yeah, but no, he's honestly one of the great 90s. I mean, 80s too directors. You know, this was like an 89.
Though,
actually, he's basically 90s.
I mean, his
first movie was an 89, which is this one. So
yeah, his 90s movies are amazing.
It's another All right, Violent Cop.
All right.
What are you picking, Blake? Your number?
I need to look and just make sure I'm not gonna. Okay, I don't think I got worried. I guess I'll take. I'll take Prison on Fire. I know that you guys don't have that on your list, but
see, that's what I feel like should have been Blake's 1 or 2 pick, number 1 pick, Prison on Fire.
Just so you get to have Sans Soleil.
Like, is that higher on? Like, isn't that higher on your list than Sans Soleil?
On my list, favorite? A Better Tomorrow, Miss Lonely, Prison on Fire, and then Sans Soleil. Damn. That's my 2, 3, 4.
So technically, you should have picked Prison on Fire before Sans Soleil, and I should have been able to pick it.
No. These are all. This is why I don't understand your guys' 80s take. Is because basically all my favorite movies are in the 80s. But
well, I just said that about my 2 favorite. Literally, my Letterboxd profiles proves that. But. So yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. Like that's why it's at the end of the day, you can't say one decade's better or worse. Like it's kind of just like what have I seen more of, and it's obviously I've seen way more from 70s, I think, and 60s,
and 50s,
or at least like what I consider great directors. You know.
Yeah.
Like I've probably just seen more bad movies from the 80s and 90s, just because like those are the American movies. So like when you're first watching movies, you get into. You know, like Predator and stuff.
Oh, fuck you!
Predator sucks. Like, I can't believe people love that movie.
I haven't seen it.
Because when Blake was saying the 80s action movies, I was like, I mean, it's like hit or miss. It's like Alien or...
Alien 79. And also
79.
Fuck you.
Is Blade Runner 80s?
That's coming up.
Blake's like, I knew I didn't have to worry about them picking it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's because you guys have no taste.
Okay. Did you say anything about
everyone has bad taste except for me?
So Prison on Fire, we also did this on the podcast already. I was toying with talking about Wild Search, but I didn't want Dany to shit on it, so I didn't. So.
I kind of wish it was.
You should have picked that, honestly.
No.
I wouldn't shit on it. Just like it's just a bad rom com.
How dare you?
It's like a.
This is exactly why I didn't want it.
We're hating so much on this.
Yeah, I mean,
let's keep the hating vibes up.
You said next week is going to be a lot of love and stuff.
Yeah.
This week.
We're getting cynical on this episode.
But yeah, Prison on Fire, amazing movie.
Especially since we learned that Blake's not going by his true list.
Yeah.
He's not going his exact spreadsheet list.
Yeah, exactly.
He should be
exact spreadsheet list. My thoughts might have changed since January. He's
gonna go change that, but no.
I don't touch my list until the next year. So
I can't wait that long. I couldn't wait that long.
Yeah, it looks like always changing it.
Yeah.
But okay, Prison on Fire. That one's consistent though. It is a great movie.
It's cool.
It's Wild.
It's my favorite Ringo Lam, which we'll talk about Ringo Lam in the '90s also.
Yeah.
But what you said about the '90s being better for Hong Kong, you're not wrong. But.
Yeah.
But it did start here. That's why I still like it's the start of the golden era.
And The Better Tomorrow is, I mean, obviously amazing, like you said. So that alone could hold up the 80s.
Exactly. And The Killer.
I love the killer next time I watch
You will.
it. I will. It's the other one with the baby on it. I don't think I'm gonna.
Hard-boiled?
Hard-boiled, yeah.
I haven't seen that. So.
It's kind of like it's got a wild search problem. It's like, why is this like romance in the middle of just this action movie? Except for the baby. It's not romance.
The baby? Like the rapper?
No, there's like literally a baby in like all these fight scenes.
I was like,
I know it's not gonna die.
The baby showing up in the 90s Jones.
He's only at the very end.
Okay. That's the one people love though. It's like the most unrealistic.
There's a lot of reasons why people love it. Part of it is because John Woo started the explosion early and Shaggy Fat was actually running for his life. But
damn. That's gonna make that funnier to watch, honestly. Because it's so obvious in certain scenes the baby's fake too.
We'll get to hard boiled though. But anyway,
okay. My fourth pick, I'm picking this because I know both of you probably have this on your boards. Mishima, Life in 4 Chapters.
it was not on my board.
God damn it.
I knew it. I think all of us have this at 5 stars.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy thinking this is like a Schrader movie. I always forget about it. Like it's a Schrader movie, honestly. Like it's like kind of like not to say like it's like not his style or anything. It's just like compared to his other movies, it's just like crazy he did this. Honestly, like especially just like not even just like the themes, but like just it on like a formal level. Like the kind of the structure of it, the sets are like insane. Honestly, like some of the best sets I've ever seen. But yeah, it's honestly just like fantastic, like beautiful film about just like being an artist. I feel like, we've done an episode on this, haven't we? That was a long time ago, because that was a long time ago we did an episode on this. But yeah, fantastic movie, one of the best scores of all time.
No, just to go off what you were saying, because you kind of fucked my list up, because I thought I was going to be able to get this one, honestly.
I was going for it. I've seen this
I knew I was going to get Sans Soleil.
I've seen it 3 times. So.
Like, maybe on after we should talk about what our perfect list would be.
Perfect list?
Yeah, I have my perfect draft. So.
I actually don't have that.
I basically do, but I'm going to have to rearrange some stuff. But, no. I just love, because I love Paul Schrader. Like, I just love that he's, like, just cranking out all these later movies, too.
Yeah, I really like him.
But because he said his next movie is going to be more kind of formally like this one.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw
I didn't see that.
Yeah, in terms of
it doesn't have Richard Gere in it?
Oh, really?
I saw a shooting movie with Richard Gere like this year.
No, but he said this is going to be his one close to Mishima too. So
okay.
Even though you guys haven't seen Master Gardener yet,
no, I still need to watch it. Carcon's great though.
It's better than I like it better than Master Gardener, even though I can understand why people don't like the subject matter as much. But now Mishima is like. You're probably the biggest like Mishima fan book wise, right?
I think I've only read one book from him.
Oh, okay, never mind. I read the
I own a lot of them, and I'm planning to get into them. But no, I also love Mishima, obviously. But yeah, that was an early podcast. I
forgot about that too when I was talking.
No, I just remember because I remember when we did that podcast, and I didn't really know who. Chishiryu was because I haven't watched that. I haven't watched like much like Ozu's sound period. I had only watched his silence.
That's
so,
but he's still in a lot of his silence though. I feel like
he's not in that many of his silence.
I don't know in a lot of silence though. Dany, I feel like you know this. He's in quite a bit of silence, isn't he? Chishiryu.
He's like
it's another guy that he used a lot in the silence.
I thought he was.
I think Chishiryu's in a couple of his like as an extra.
Yeah.
He's not like a main character. No. I don't think.
He's not a main character.
But because I didn't know who he was at the time. But I just remember.
He's definitely in
stories. So.
Where now are the dreams of my youth? But he's like the side character, like the.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that one. That's one.
It's a great one. Honestly, I need to rewatch that. Fuck, it's reminded me.
Is that one without the score still?
That does not have a score?
I don't remember.
I actually don't remember. No, Chishiryu is in that. He's like a young guy now. Like he looks great.
Okay.
Like, I think I tweeted it too, honestly. Well,
I think I might have seen it actually. Now you said that, but I guess
I don't know how we got on that.
Because he's in Mishima.
Oh, he's in Mishima. Fuck yeah.
Damn.
And maybe the best scenes of Mishima, honestly. Like. Actually, the best scene is the plane scene at the very end, where he's.
I think honestly, I think my favorite is just when they like introduce the opening of the Golden Pavilion. When you just like
mine's similar. Mine's similar because I don't have a favorite scene. It's just It's just how those sets are introduced.
Yeah,
on the
honestly,
stories.
yeah. It's
Like the purple of like
and the
all the different
the title
ones.
was it, what do you call that, the title cards, I
yeah,
guess
yeah,
is
for
the
each
best way to
chapter
say it.
basically.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like when the pavilion comes out,
dude,
like,
and then like
with the
the
music,
scores
yeah.
playing, like, oh my
God.
god.
I don't know. There's just
Cinema.
something about
The score is insane too.
Oh, score is
I
like,
used to
like one of the best scores of all
It was like
time.
actually it was when after we watched it, like after we did the episode, I was listening to that for a long time.
Oh, dude. I it's
Like the different versions too,
Oh yeah,
like the variations. No, he went
yeah.
off.
Great.
He did go off.
Honestly, might not even be Philip Glass's best score too, which is kind of crazy. I think I might like his Quinn Scotsy one, like because that's like God.
No, I was gonna say that's also 80s
It's
movie.
like
I wasn't
God.
sure if that was gonna come up.
Oh, was it 80s?
Yeah.
I didn't write that on my list. Let me.
She's like,
let me add that to my board.
Danny, you might have just fucked it up. Are you looking for that one?
I probably wasn't gonna take it. That's why I felt comfortable saying that.
Thank you for letting me know.
No,
that.
actually, I
I might think
wasn't
that
sure
later.
if it was gonna come up. But
I must have missed it when I was putting down everything.
damn, that makes you think. What else did you miss?
That
only haunted you forever.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Oh, yeah, you
I
gotta-
could steal from Danny and be mean here, but I'm not gonna do that.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna do that.
Wait, okay. I don't.
The
Actually,
the Kubrick.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I was
yeah,
just thinking
it's not true. What do you give it?
4.5. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just gonna pick Paris, Texas.
All right.
Which.
On brand.
Say that again.
Is that on brand?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait.
Also,
wait,
we
wait.
also did this.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's because you picked it. For one of
Oh, okay, I see. I was like, wait, is there something like that connects to this movie or something? I don't know. But yeah, we did a podcast episode on this I picked this along with All That Jazz for Blind Spots. But yeah, fantastic movie. Like, just about like I don't know, just like human connection. I feel like, and just like, yeah, that's just kind of how I think of it, honestly. And just one of the best looking and just like feeling movies ever. Yeah. And I think this is still the only Wim Wenders movie I've seen somehow.
Damn.
Which is
I
hilarious.
think it's probably the only one I have to.
So I definitely need to watch more of him, even though I heard his like post 80s work is kind of bad for a lot of people.
You never know till you watch it yourself, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, great movie. We've talked about it though. So also, neon lighting in this movie is beautiful. Because I'm already a whore for neon lighting, but like this movie is just like so good. But yeah.
All right. My number 5. Since Danny was shitting on it earlier, I gotta bring it up and defend it. Blade Runner. How dare you?
Don't you think it's better than 2001?
Yes,
That's
it is
kinda
better.
crazy.
Oh.
That's insane.
Rewatched it again this week. Even better, man. It's still so good. I hadn't seen it in like
Like,
5 years.
It's one of those movies that I know it's a good movie, but like my first reaction when I think about rewatching, I'm like, you know, like it's kind of boring, you know, compared to 2001 and everything. You brought up the compare, or actually, you brought that up.
How dare you?
No,
it's not boring
a good
though.
movie. It's a good movie.
It's not boring though. That's what you call a Cowards 4.5.
Wait, first of all, we need to say this. What version are we talking about? There's like a million versions. It's like the guy can't make up his mind about what the movie is.
They're all amazing.
No, come on.
I have seen all.
But
Not all.
which one did you watch though? Which one do you recommend?
Oh,
for-
I always watch the
Oh, shit.
the definitive version. The last one, obviously. No, I always watch that one. But I have seen the theatrical. So
Yeah, have you seen the directors? So you've seen all the...
yeah, I've seen all of them. But I prefer the definitive cut or whatever he calls it. Whatever he calls it. But no, I mean Blade Runner is fucking amazing, dude. Like, I don't understand your hate for this movie, honestly.
No, I don't hate it.
I haven't seen it since like 20.
I just
literally-
think,
I don't
like,
have a take on
in the
it.
sci-fi canon, it gets a little bit overrated.
It's not
Like, in terms of the greatest. Like, I can think of The
Like, it's-
Island as a better one.
Oh, that is just the worst take of all
No,
time.
it is.
It is. It
It's
is. And I like the Island. Come on, don't make me hate it.
I mean,
No.
it's just-
Blade Runner, like it's one of the best built worlds in a sci-fi movie of all time. Like it really is.
The Island also has some great world building. You're kind of underrating, I think, but not to bring comparison. I'm sorry. But, no, you're right. I really like Blade Runner too. It just like there's a lot of people that like. Do you still think 2049 is better?
Probably because I've seen it more and like more recently than Blade Runner.
not.
So I need to
See?
rewatch Blade. I
The
can't
younger
say-
generation thinks 2049.
The
is
younger
better.
generation is also like can't have like an attention span over 5 seconds. So
Whoa.
of course,
Hey.
Even though you're the one who's always like 90 minutes is the best movie.
that
watch
doesn't
movies.
necessarily. And also, Blade Runner is shorter than 2049. So
All right, you got a point there.
It's shorter and it looks a lot better. I will say, like Blade Runner 2049 looks good.
The colors are great. I mean,
amazing looking movie. 2049.
Actually, now that I've seen
also,
some older
Luke,
color
you
movies,
love
like,
noir movies. This is
No,
like one of the greatest
okay,
noirs of all time.
I really
like it really is.
No, I watched it back in 2019. I haven't seen it since then, so it's like I basically haven't seen it.
In terms of like shadows and lighting in general, Blade Runner.
No,
is
that's
one
what I
of the
remember.
greatest
Like the
movies
sets
of all
are
time.
insane.
It's so insane.
Sets are insane.
It's an amazing movie. We'll have to do that at some point. Maybe do a Ridley Scott and a Tony Scott episode or something.
no, and at the end of the day, I do really like Blade Runner, and I do like I like how much people love it, despite the fact that like, and I mean this in a good way. It's kind of like street level at the same time.
Yeah, no, it is street level.
But like, it
how
does
it's
a good
supposed
job
to
of
feel.
like of still feeling like a big sci-fi world while still being street level.
It's like, well, it's only this like one part of LA you're like in. Basically,
makes you
this entire
imagine the-
movie, but it makes
bigger
like
the
the
world.
world building. That's why I said the world building is so good, is because like there's always these advertisements going on, like up in the air or just off to the side on like these giant buildings, like advertising like "Get off world, humans" or whatever, or something like that, like to a better life, basically. It's just, I don't know. I love the movie, so we'll have to
And
do
the
it
sets are
someday.
insane too. Like,
And it just looks amazing because I have it in 4K.
all right, I
So
might need to
good,
watch that in
so
4K.
good.
honestly,
Oh, the score's amazing.
Oh, the score is
Honestly.
so good.
you might have to let me borrow that.
I will. Yeah.
I'll give it a watch. I do miss sci-fi. I haven't like watched sci-fi in a while, honestly. Like, I used like that's basically one of the reasons I got into movies in the first place. Is sci-fi.
Sci-fi is one of the best genres. It's probably my
I just realized I left another movie off. That
yeah. I hope it's not Steve.
Were you gonna say it's higher than action or something, or what?
Sci-fi action is amazing.
Okay, like why not both?
Why not both? Exactly. No.
But okay, Blade Runner. Was that? Do you have a? No, it's Luke's pick now.
No, it's your.
Oh, it's my
pick.
pick,
Check to
fuck.
you.
Okay. All right. My number 5 and number 6. I'm picking both of these movies. Okay, I'll start with number 5. But both these movies are. I'm just grouping them together partly because I would have them on my list at some point, because some of the other movies are gone taken. But also, I realized like there is a big part of our. And we've talked about this before. Like, basically, I wish we got to watch the movies in theaters more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like both these movies are kind of bumped up higher for me because I watch them in theaters. And the first one is Kiki's Delivery Service, which
so good.
like
I'm actually probably gonna pick that.
no, that's why I'm picking this now
Yeah,
too
yeah.
because I thought Luke might pick it later. But like, let me see. I don't know. I can't check my. I would have my like ratings for like each time I've watched it, but this was definitely like watched it in theaters this time where like it really feels like the image is like in your face, kind of like. I don't know. The movie just clicks in a certain way, you know, like the kind of like, and I just love this kind of story from Miyazaki anyway. The same reason kind of Blake picked Totoro.
Just these simple stories.
It's a simple stories, but like the animation is still like the same level of like detail and kind of just like wonder at the same time. So
Yes.
I don't know, just and it's like such a mature story for like a kids movie too. And I kind of like I used to not like maybe on the podcast I think I said I didn't love the ending where it kind of just abrupt, and I kind of love it now. Like where it just ends all of a sudden like
so
right
good.
after
That's so good.
they like save that kid from like up on that
Dying.
flying machine or something. You know, like it just like ends right after that all of a sudden.
He's just so relatable.
She finds her strength again.
Yeah.
So good.
No, but no, I was worried Luke might take that, so I'm taking
Yeah,
that.
that's probably eventually gonna pick.
I mean, it's definitely one of his best looking movies too. So, I mean, you say that about all Miyazaki's movies, I guess. But that village on
And
the
like,
seaside.
and I say the
like,
ending, but I also love how it starts
so
just
good.
abruptly too.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, you
yeah.
got to go on this like trip, and you're 13 years old or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Off you go. Yeah.
Because I remember I think on the podcast we were talking about that because I think I even brought up that the dad is like, this is too fast,
yeah. But like, doesn't matter. She
Yeah,
just, like,
exactly.
but yeah, that's Kiki's, and then my number 6 is also a movie I watched in theaters with. I think Blake was there, but Luke didn't want to come. Was They Live?
Nice.
I mean, were you gonna pick a Carpenter?
I wasn't.
I'm assuming you might
I might
have
have
Darkness,
to. Well,
Oh, you were saying this is the
Yeah, this is
going
literally saying
Carpenter
that,
age,
and he
you
wasn't
know?
able to pick a Carpenter. Damn, that's crazy.
Damn,
There's no-
cowards. Is that cowards?
Yeah, this guy was
Yeah.
using the Carpenter as like the main selling point of the '80s, and he's like, "I'm not even gonna pick one."
I'm not gonna lie though.
he has 3
I don't
amazing
really.
movies from the 80s.
He does.
I'll be honest, I
I'm
don't
picking
know-
this one mainly because I watched this in theaters over the thing, and like I like them all around the same. The Thing and Prince of Darkness, but just watching this in theaters, like the 10-minute fight hits different, like with the music and stuff, where you're just like, I wish this is one of the reasons I wish I could like live in a big city and watch more movies in theaters too. But at the same time, I feel like I wouldn't want my movie watching to be controlled slowly by like what's in theaters.
Yeah,
you know. But I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie though, I don't really get why people love this movie that much.
Okay, why don't you like it then?
I guess with me, it's like when I go to a Carpenter movie, like I just remember like there was not a lot happened, and I was just kind of like.
That's kind of what makes it great, though.
I guess I don't know. Maybe my expectations were wrong because like I was like for a Carpenter movie, I feel like I don't know. I feel like there should be more, but I haven't watched it in a while.
I mean, you're kind of like it does leave you like there's.
Like compared to like Prince of Darkness, I feel like it's just like I'm.
That's kind of what makes a great Carpenter. Like usually he's kind of like overkill in a way at certain scenes. This one is almost like under.
Well, I mean, not really. Like all three of these '80s movies, they're all like single location, basically. Like things that he's doing. Like They Live is actually one of the bigger ones in air quotes because they're in the city at the very least. Whereas like The Thing is all in this like base in the Antarctica. Prince of Darkness.
What about just with the effects and stuff though?
What?
You could say the other two movies are like just bigger.
No, bigger effects.
Like,
yeah, no, they have more gruesome effects.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Like more John Carpenter in a way.
Yes,
this one feels a little more realistic. Oh yeah, it's definitely that's what I love about it. It's like this guy you want to be hero is kind of an idiot.
Yeah,
you know?
It's why I need to watch
but he's still
Big Trouble in Little China again because I didn't really get what he was going for the first time I watched that.
Yeah,
and I have watched a lot of kung fu movies, and now I've watched a lot of kung fu movies because the main character in Big Trouble in Little China is also just this big ass idiot. Like,
he just like kind of like gets stuck in the story in a way. Like
he's the side character in his own story, basically.
But it really clicked in theaters watching. Is like it's that idea of even if you feel like you know the truth or whatever, you see reality as what it is, like whatever you think that is. Like the idea of getting someone else to see it your way is basically impossible. And that's the whole idea of just him being this guy over and over again until he finally sees it. Like that's the whole point of it. Yeah, exactly. But it takes forever, you know. No, I just love the movie, but I love John Carpenter in general too.
Yes.
Even though Blake apparently wasn't even. I'm taking a John Carpenter movie for Blake first of all.
There's too many '80s
not
movies.
Not a true Carpenter fan, obviously, like me.
There's too many '80s movies that are good.
Yep, they live.
I'm glad Carpenter was on here at the very least. He might still be because Luke stole Miss Lonely from me, but my next pick is going to be another Hong Kong movie, A Better Tomorrow 3. Choi Hark. So, well, I mean, this is originally what John Woo wanted to do for A Better Tomorrow 2. It's kind of one reason why they had this, like, a little bit of a falling out, which I think they're fine now again, but they had a little bit of a falling out because A Better Tomorrow 2 is, like, kind of stupid, honestly. Like, I like it. I still like it because the last 45 minutes are so fucking good. But the first hour and like 10 minutes is just...
But whose fault was it?
A lot of people's different faults, but John Woo, whenever we do this series, we're gonna do Bullet in the Head, and that's basically the same story as A Better Tomorrow 3, except it's more John Woo. But that's what John Woo wanted to do for A Better Tomorrow 2. Like he wanted to do the prequel, but then
who stopped him?
Choi Hark. That's why I said this, they had like this a little bit of a falling out after A Better Tomorrow 2, but A Better Tomorrow 3 is Choi Hark's take on A Better Tomorrow. Like, just in general, and it's so fucking good. Like, it's basically showing how Mark in the first one became so cool, like, basically who taught him to be a badass. And it's still got one of the greatest endings, I think, in Hong Kong, because, like, I'm not going to spoil anything, but they do fight a tank, and it's amazing. Like, an actual tank. But Choi Hark has a lot of great 80s movies, but this is my favorite, so...
No, I haven't got to him yet. He's, like, my next stop. I've finally gotten... I haven't seen, at least in your opinion, probably enough Ring of Lamb, but...
Well, you've seen all my favorites, so...
Okay. Johnny Toe, I mean, there's still so many I need to watch. And then John Woo, I've seen it a lot. But yeah, how do you say it?
Choi
Hark. Choi Hark is like the one I'm missing, really.
I mean, a lot of people say Sue, which that's
what I've heard.
That's how Americans would say it, but
Choi Hark.
They actually say it. It's pronounced Choi. Get the pronunciation, please. No.
Alright, so now I'm kind of done picking everything that I'm like a little bit scared you guys are gonna take, so I can actually like start like I can go back to my like absolute favorite movies. which I'm going to start by taking Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence.
Let it be
directed
known that
by-
Miss Lonely is not his actual favorite movie from the 80s.
Yeah, I told you I was stealing from you, you know. Like,
I should have just taken Merry Christmas.
That was
Mr.
number
Lawrence.
2.
I should have just taken it. Just
no, you
because.
should. No, you haven't seen it. No.
And you don't log your movies right away, so you can be like, yeah, I watched it, I just didn't log it.
Exactly. I should have added to my watch list today.
Okay. But yeah, I talked about this. I actually listened back to our end of year list, and when I talked about this movie, I kind of disagree what I said about it, because I did say it was like a straight optimistic movie, and I kind of disagree. It's kind of what makes it so great is you can kind of read it both pessimistically and optimistically, and it's as I said before, like it's what makes it so interesting, because like Oshima's like for his whole career was just like very like I wouldn't say pessimistic, but very harsh, like very like direct like filmmaker, very political, and he kind of just like made this movie about like just like tolerance and like how all men are lovers, you know.
Okay.
So and like yeah, one of the best.
That's a good topic, but it can also be mishandled too.
Exactly, but like what makes Oshima doing it great here is that he's not afraid to confront like the realities of like the realities and ugly parts of human conflict, human relations. He's not afraid to show like the harsh parts of it, which I think makes it so good. Also, you have two musicians playing Ryuichi Sakamoto playing the Japanese like commander of the camp, and then David Bowie playing like the really flamboyant, naive. I wouldn't, maybe not naive, but just like very flamboyant British general or just like prisoner, and then basically there's this like kind of like erotic tension between them that really like is like the movie's kind of centered around a lot, and it's just
I should have Wikipedia this shit and stolen.
Okay. But yeah, amazing movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. Great katana performance too.
And one of Blake's future favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. It's
Probably.
It's coming.
I kind of want to watch some of his '60s movies first, more of his movies before I get to that one. But
you could still watch it, just like right now though. It's you don't really have to, but I see why you said that. But yeah. Wait, I have another pick. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Okay. My next pick, I'm just gonna pick Fane Alexander, directed by Ingmar Bergman. This movie.
Which version? The 5-hour one?
I've only seen the 3-hour one.
Oh, okay.
Because
is that the
there's a
theater
5
version?
but yeah, the TV version's like 5 hours long, which
Yeah.
I'd probably watch when I rewatch it.
So the theater version.
Yeah, the theatrical
release.
cut, and I mean, still, it's like incredible. And like, thing is, like, I've watched that's the only one I've watched, which is like it's like one of my favorite movies ever. And like apparently, like everyone who's watched the theatrical cut's like, no, or the other cut's like, no, the theatrical cut it like butchers everything. I'm like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've always heard is like the.
No,
I
I obviously like since I'm picking it now, it's like fucking amazing in my opinion. It's such an interesting film, like late period Ingmar Bergman, and it's just like it's kind of just like it's hard to say like what it's about specifically. It's just kind of about everything in a way, like every emotion. I feel like. And it's probably his like most epic movie, I would say. But even then, it's like very intimate. It's just kind of about this like family, basically, like this like large family.
Do you remember that scene in Husbands with the Bergman quote when he's like, "I'm not in the mood" or something?
That's
like that?
Faces.
That's Faces. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
This
Like,
one's
that's
not-
how I feel about Bergman. Like
That's what I mean, he has some movies that are like that, but I think that reputation's been a bit like it's over exaggerated. Especially this movie, it's like. It has maybe some more, but it has like some other like he balances it very. He has like kind of like every like spectrum of emotions in this movie. Even in like movies like Seventh Seal,
yeah.
that movie's like has a lot of like funny moments. Like it's like
Yeah.
there's like a whole character like major character that's like more like lighthearted. Like he's literally a jester.
Oh, that's fair. I need to go back to him. Like I remember you at the time. Like this is like kind of depressing. Like,
Yeah.
which is I usually like, but there is something Bergman-esque about him. I don't know.
I know there's definitely people I follow that are kind of like anti-Bergman. I don't.
He's
I don't
kind of
know.
very austere. That's like a word people use for him a lot.
Was that?
You know?
I know I've heard
like
that
kind of
used.
serious. You
I'd
know.
say. Even
like,
yeah. I could see
somehow
that.
like you could describe Tarkovsky like that away too. Like
Yeah.
it's this like religious kind of seriousness in a way that people
But I love him.
But yeah, like you're saying, like Bergman has so many movies. Obviously, not all of his movies are like that.
Yeah. But yeah, he's a filmmaker I still love. Even though I do need to, I haven't watched him in quite a bit, so I definitely need to revisit some of his movies, just get a refresher.
No, exactly. That's something.
But I have no doubt.
Like he's like one of the first ones you come to as foreign cinema. You know,
and I have no doubt I'm gonna love him still. Like I have no qualms, like no reservations.
Persona, I need to reuse.
Persona's fucking amazing. Like yeah. But yeah,
no, still a lot I haven't seen. Like I haven't seen a lot of his later ones because I didn't like a lot of the earlier ones.
No, you definitely need. Fanny Alexander is like incredible. Everyone needs to watch Fanny Alexander.
Even though like damn, what's the Wild Strawberries? Like,
Wild Strawberries
when I first watched it, but even though I haven't watched it in a long time, even though it has one of my all-time favorite shots with like the clock, no face.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Damn, I need to rewatch that. I might rewatch that.
Wild Strawberries is amazing. Honestly,
even
in that movie, it's like not all depressing in my opinion at all.
No, that movie's definitely a movie about like loving life.
Yeah, and just like getting over your regrets. I'd say, like, yeah, damn. Honestly, I might need to rewatch those movies now. But yeah, Alexander,
good choice. Alright, I guess my number 7. I'm going to take. I've talked about Joan of Arc of Mongolia a lot, so I'm going to just leave that off the list. It would be in my top 10, but Dany's guilting me into taking John Carpenter. So,
what?
So
I'm gonna be honest.
Coward's pick.
Yeah, no, just take Joan of Arc.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, be honest.
Yeah.
So Blake's already admitting he has been honest.
Damn. Okay.
I have been mostly honest. Luke took Miss Lonely from me. That's the only thing. Luke took Miss Lonely from me. That's the only thing I didn't like.
Should have been honest.
And even though Prison on Fire is apparently above Sans Soleil on your favorite list.
And Miss Lonely is.
Sans Soleil. Yeah,
Miss Lonely is too, so you should have picked it before me.
Yeah. That's because you guys like Sans Soleil more. So I thought.
But the number 1 is supposed to be your like canon pick.
It is my canon pick. It's in my top 10. I don't mind this being my favorite movie from the 80s.
You better change it on your list then. Your favorite list. So Blake's like, if we're talking about 80s movies, then Sans Soleil is my favorite. But if we're just talking about overall favorites, then Prison on Fire is my favorite.
In the context of the 80s.
The context of the 80s. I gotta get my French film in there, you know?
Basically, Blake's making the argument for Tears. He's like, they're basically the same tier.
Exactly, they are.
Yeah, but he still has like the top 100 ranked list.
Yeah. That's what we're going by.
Okay, but Joan of Arc of Mongolia. I mean, I've talked about this movie a lot. I think
Do you have it?
I have it downloaded.
Okay.
I think that you can buy it, but the last
I was asking downloaded it, but
okay, yes, downloaded.
So
I think I know. Well, because I looked at getting a disc, and there's no such thing as a disc for Ulrich Ottlinger movies, I guess, because she prints them herself, which is kind of cool.
And she just like loans them out to like.
Well, I think that you have to basically email them and say, "Hey, can I get a copy of this?" And they'll and I think they print for you. At least that's what it looked like whenever I was looking into it, because you had to go directly to her website.
That's crazy.
But no, Joan of Arc of Mongolia is amazing. Like I said, talked about it a lot, but I just love Ulrich Ottlinger's camera, and you guys still haven't seen any of her.
No.
Damn. Any of them. I think
she could be a fraud for all I know. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
And what, that PLL guy might be a fraud for all I know too.
Okay, whoa. Stop it.
No, but
To be fair, her movies are really hard to watch.
They are. They're very hard to find. I was lucky that I watched a lot of them on Criterion whenever they I guess that she allowed them to have them on there for a little bit. But thankfully, I think... Did I find Joan of Arc of Mongolia, or did you?
I found it. I couldn't download it, and you were able to download it.
Oh, okay. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you found Taiga. Yeah, you found Taiga for me also, which thank you. Because
I'm just a savior of physical media.
I'm a savior of physical media. Okay, but no, Joan of Arc of Mongolia, if there's one thing to take away, you just need to it's basically her transitioning from her surrealist era to like more of this ethnographic, like documentary type era that she's going to be getting into from here, basically, which is really awesome because I only got that the second time I watched it. But yeah, she's an amazing director. Seek her out if you can. It's very hard, but
ask Blake. He's got some files. I'm about to. I'll probably have. Oh, you got two.
Two, sadly, only.
Yeah. If you needed a selling point, just go look up the header for Joan of Arc.
Yeah, the header's the same.
But all right, that's my pick now.
Yep.
Your
next two.
Okay, number 7. I'm going with two Indian movies, 7 and 8. I've already picked Ramanujacharya for I think favorite first watches last year. It's like that Indian kind of like that Indian philosopher movie I watched.
Is it the one with no like
yeah,
poster at all?
it's like 5 people have watched it.
Like this guy. Like how'd you even discover that? Like,
well, how did I discover this? Like I told you, I know the philosopher is like really popular. Like if you study Indian philosophy, you'll hear about him at some point. But it might have been on YouTube or something.
yeah.
Like I just saw the movie or something. But like this
Algorithm's
movie.
working.
No, I forgot how I found it honestly. But because I told you like Sanskrit is like it's like Latin kind of in the West, where it's like it's not spoken anymore really, but it's like a very intricate language that's like it was like the intellectual language of the day basically.
Yeah.
And so to make him like the fact that this director made a movie in Sanskrit is kind of crazy. And that was like a movie he made about a different Indian philosopher, but this one is a later one. It also has some Sanskrit in it, but I talked about it on the last episode. Like it's hard to talk about because it is a very I guess the way I'll talk about it is have you watched any of Ross Lane's historical movies yet? Like not the historical character
not the
movies,
historical
like
ones,
the
no.
kind of biographical.
I will soon.
You should, because this movie reminds me the closest of those types of movies. Like I've always wondered, like if you could make like those types of movies in different kind of more like Asian contexts, you know.
Yeah.
This is the closest it comes to that, and I just love it for all those reasons. And it gets a lot of details about his life and everything that I love. So, Ramanujacharya, and then the other Indian movie I'm gonna pick is by Adore Gopalakrishnan called Anantaram, or Monologue in English.
I think I have this on a watch list.
I rewatched this today because it'd been since 21. Yeah, this is on YouTube, so it's pretty easy to watch. It's in good quality too. And it's basically about this. It's kind of like without giving it too much away, because you guys should watch honestly. But it's like a unreliable narrator movie. Like kind of, I know Blake's read some Dostoevsky, but maybe kind of like that. Like you're watching it and you're kind of with him, and then all of a sudden you're like, there's some stuff that happens in movies. And you're like, actually, I don't know if I should trust anything that's going on now. Like kind of, it's one of those movies. But it's just really well done. It kind of like leaves you like kind of just with so many thoughts in your head, like what the fuck just happened, which I kind of love too. And it does it like formally too, with kind of a simple story at the same time. So, yeah. I highly recommend it. That one's on YouTube. So actually, these both movies I just said are on YouTube. Yeah, Monologue or Anantaram. But yeah. Blake.
Oh yeah, my turn. Okay. My number 8 pick is going to. We'll stay in India. It's going to be Thrupad.
Okay.
This is why I knew I wasn't really going to care too much if Dany picked Mind of Play, which I knew he was going to because it's his favorite movie of all time, basically. But Thrupad is my second favorite movie from Moneyball in the 80s, and I'm assuming it's Dany's second favorite too, based on how many times he's seen it. But
there's a lot of second favorites.
A lot of second favorites, but this one I rewatched it again today, and it's first off, it's just the easiest watch. Like this and Mind of Play are two of the easiest watches I think I've ever had, just because they literally hypnotize you.
Yes.
This one especially though, because he's like ragas hypnotize me anyway.
Yes.
And this is basically just Mike Hall showing how ragas were basically invented and why, and how they were like all encompassing. How they literally how Indian kings literally built their palaces to match like the ragas being played. So like the sounds would reverberate around differently, and like whenever the sun would come up, it would like hit certain spots differently whenever you're listening. And it's also about like there's literally generations of Indian singers that have been working for these kings for literal generations. So it's literally just this family thing, like a family generational thing that they've been doing. But I think my favorite quote from the movie is one that I'm very sure me, you, and Sean have all used, and it's like I should have looked this up before, but I think it's birth, life, death. Let me find it because I actually do have this written down, but it's the seasons: birth, marriage, death, life cycle is a matter of rhythm.
Yes.
Because that's basically what this movie is in general. And yeah, it just hypnotizes me from start to finish. I love it so much.
No, I can't disagree. We're definitely gonna do Money Call at some point. So
and I forgot that this happened at the very beginning of the movie until I watched it again today. but he's literally like starting out. I think it's after he's explaining something about the palace and like how it was made, how it's made and stuff to make the raga sound. But Michael's literally just listening to them playing a raga at sunrise, and you just watch them for a good, I'm pretty sure, like 10 minutes as the sun rises behind them, basically, and it slowly gets like from dawn, that like break of dawn, to like the sun's actually basically in the air. It's so good. So
yes, no, dude, he's like one of my favorite reasons is because I wanted to mention this because it's kind of like with Fellini in a way, when I call it similar, is like how they try to in their own way merge like fiction and documentary and you know just all these different ways. You know that's why like Blake is saying like that's why I was saying like watching Fellini's movie is kind of just like fuck, I forgot, like his style is like so like I can see why certain people wouldn't like it because it is kind of just crazy, but like if you do like it, you just get hypnotized. You know, just like the way.
That's the reason why I love him. So
but specifically, what made me think about it because I like literally last night the two movies I rewatched was Mind of Clay and Inter Vista, so it was kind of just in my head anyway. It's like just like the way they move the camera too. It's like so specific to them.
Definitely.
Like Fellini always keeps it moving.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. Like
honestly, when you say that, like the first thing that comes to mind is the like press conference scene in 8.5 when he's literally just like he's following one person, there's all of a sudden just like tracking with another person in the background. He just like keeps on, just like his camera just goes insane. Like,
but Monty Call in his own way is also like always moving the camera, but it's like way more precise and like it just like just that kind of like using formally the way you move your camera with the ideas you have about making films, kind of combining them like.
Well, I think because I watched Mind of Clay earlier this year again for the second time, and the first time I watched it, I didn't really like that scene where it's like the floating camera and he's going through the village. I didn't like really understand why that floating camera happened. It was just like a change that I wasn't like expecting from Monty Call. Yeah. But then the second time I watched it, I realized that scene took place directly after they were moving like this clay headstone or something from a house, and that's what we were following was the headstone and the headstone's point of view. And I was like, oh shit.
Okay, that's crazy.
I don't know. There's a lot of things about perspective, but the way he moved his camera in that scene kind of shocked me.
It's been so long. I just realized I haven't watched Mind of Clay in like
since we did the podcast.
Yeah, since we did it. So it's been, I really don't remember much from it. Honestly, so I need to rewatch it.
No,
honestly,
you saying that
does look really interesting though. Honestly.
And because I was looking up just like some Fellini quotes I had because after I'd watched Inter Vista, and one of these is like it kind of makes sense for Monty Call too. Is quote, "I love moving around me. That is certainly the main reason why I make films. To me, the cinema is an excuse to make things move."
Yes.
It's like, damn, I really do need to watch Fellini again.
Okay.
Because it's like, it's just like we don't have directors that could really like move a camera like that. No, like I wouldn't trust them at all.
Yeah.
Did you guys
make the risk that Fellini did?
Did you guys see the Jurassic World news that they're looking for a director that's just a shooter, basically?
Wait, just what do you mean?
Like I think the report at least the headline I saw was Warner Brothers doesn't want new ideas, that we don't have time for that. We just want a director that's a shooter. And
just like shoot the same movie.
Yeah, just shoot.
People just want dinosaurs. Because they already hired someone and fired him. It was David Leitch, I think.
God damn.
Yeah, they already hired him and fired him already.
No, yeah, it's like creative differences. Like,
yeah,
really, like damn.
It's like, I want to make a good movie. Like,
get out of here. You dead to us.
All right.
Damn, yeah.
Number 8, Luke.
No, we'll definitely be coming to Money Call soon. I'm just, honestly, all my picks have been just preparing us for Money Call. Like all the other directors.
That's hilarious.
It's like, I need you guys to get the right base, the right ground weight.
Yeah, well, honestly, Money Call is one of those, like, you can't just start off with, like, Money Call, honestly.
You have to do, like, Bresson first.
Yeah, Bresson, maybe Tarkovsky, even though I don't really want to, but...
I might pick him.
All right.
There's a chance.
I like Tarkovsky, but like I don't know if I love him as much as like Bresson and Call, honestly.
I feel like there's like no directors you love as much as them. Though.
Okay, yeah, there's some.
It's like those are your two favorite directors.
Of course, yeah, no shit, Dan.
He's not that tier though. There's others in that tier. Like Buñuel is really up there for sure. Rossellini. Okay. There's a lot. There's just not Tarkovsky.
John Woo.
Oh god.
He has those peaks for sure. He just couldn't sustain it.
How dare you?
No, like we're on to do one. I could change my mind on that. Like,
I think you're gonna
I
like
can see
Redcliffe.
No, I'm supposed to be the John Woo hater. Come on, you can't.
you will
Don't
be.
take my shine away from
yours
me.
is coming.
Just remember, I didn't hate on Cassavetes as much as I could have.
What?
Wait, what?
I did hate on Mikey and Nicky, but that's not really Cassavetes.
That's not really Cassavetes, yeah.
No, we didn't examine what you mean you could have. So you were being honest on the podcast?
Oh,
Yeah.
Cowards podcast.
Yeah.
Wait, how's that?
Gloria, I kept the bad things. I have my mind a little bit more, so
We still, you guys still look like kind of shit on it.
Yeah.
not as much as we could have.
I mean, yeah, we've been a bit depressing. But anyway. Damn. Okay, fuck. Actually, I'm probably number 8 pick. I'm gonna pick Koyaanisqatsi, which. Actually, after you said that, I went back and there's actually a few that I missed.
Damn.
And there's actually one of them I'm definitely gonna pick right after this. So thank you.
Like 2 you actually on your list.
No, I missed them when I was putting down. Like I went to my letterbox before this to put down like my favorite 80s movies. For some reason I skipped over these. I don't know why. Koyaanisqatsi though, it's best way to describe it. It's just so like honestly it's like kind of very similar to what you're saying, Monty Call. Like it's very hypnotizing, honestly. Just like the movement of like the images with the sound, especially his use of like Godfrey Reggio's like use of like fast forwarding and like speed up, slow down, and kind of just like almost just making observations. It's like a very observational movie about like humans and technology and like nature.
Yes. No words at all. Just,
no words. Just
you don't have to worry about that part at all.
Dude, it's truly one of the most hypnotizing movies I've ever seen. And it's also has one of my favorite cuts of all time when he shows a shot of like a sped up scene of people, a bunch of people riding up and down an escalator, like from like the top, and then immediately after it cuts to like hot dogs going through the hot dog machine maker thing at a factory. Like
this movie starts in nature too, if I'm not right.
It starts and it kind of goes.
It's got like a little voyage of timing to it. Like
honestly, yeah, honestly similar movies. Honestly.
Yeah.
Obviously, I feel like obviously. Voyage Time is more on like a
like
macro
thematically
scale.
in terms of only using images, like this like huge montage.
Although I guess Malik does use narration, but
yeah, even the narration has like very.
It's there's not really much to it.
I wish I could have watched like Malik pitch it to IMAX people or whatever, like because Voyage of Time was like an IMAX 45-minute like.
Yeah, we had Brad Pitt originally, and then it switched to Kate Blanchett.
And it was supposed to be like an IMAX like you take your family to type of movie, one of the 45-minute ones, but like. I can't believe like Malik.
And we have
like a normal documentary.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett.
Nature. Who are you?
I'm gonna give it to me, please. I need it. Koyaanisqatsi's amazing. Have you seen it, Blake?
No, the score is also amazing.
Oh, so that's what I was saying. Score. Yeah, that's how like one of the best scores of all time. It's incredible. Because also it's just like its own. Like it's literally its own classical piece, basically. Like I guess like unlike most scores, it's literally just like a straight on like same length as the movie score that he just made like as a company of it.
I think this is the reason why Paul Schrader found out about Philip Glass for Mishima too.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like Philip Glass. I'm pretty sure
this was 1982, and that was
I'm pretty sure Philip Glass didn't do any film scores before this, and that's kind of when like people realize, oh wait, I guess he's willing to do it, and thank God for that.
Honestly,
have you seen the
sequels?
I still need to watch it.
I've seen the sequels that aren't as good, but
I didn't watch it.
Some people hate the sequels. Like, they're not nearly as good, but they are still worth
it's
watching.
Hard to be
as
good
kind of style.
It's hard for like any movie to be as good as Koyaanisqatsi. Let's be real. But
that's true.
Number 9, I'm gonna go pick Taipei Story, directed by Edward Yang. The start of this is one of the first movies in the Taiwanese New Wave, probably, right?
The Terrorizers was before it, but Taipei Story is a little better, I think.
Taipei Story is fucking amazing. Like, I guess it's just a movie kind of just about, like, kind of just living life, which is just, like, a typical Edward Yang movie.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, like, it's kind of about everything, in a way. It's just about life, really. It's kind of how I think about him as a director. But this movie just, like, I think the main thing I, like, thing about when I think of this movie is just the neon light scene when like she goes like motorcycle riding with those people and you just see all the neon lights. It's like,
yes,
I'm pretty sure it made me like cry the first time I watched it. I was like, damn, this is like so beautiful.
It's like every Edward Yang movie.
Honestly, just like, damn, you got me.
He does get better from here. That's the reason why I didn't have it on my list. But
I mean, sure, but it's like,
Story, so.
Type of Story is still like incredible. So
It
it's like
is.
it's like he
It
got
is.
better, but I guess, but it's like it's still like a marginal thing. I feel like. But yeah, Type of
I
Story.
mean, we'll be hearing from Edward Yang again next decade draft. So
Oh, he went off. Well, actually, wait. Did we?
wait, Brian Summer Days in the 90s.
Yeah, right. He's in the 2000s though.
Is it 2000 exactly?
Yeah, I think it's
actually?
2000
It is,
exactly.
damn.
Yeah.
We're gonna be fighting.
Yes. I think. Oh, Mahjong is 90s as well.
Oh, okay.
I think
I have to rewatch that one.
Confusion. I think is in the 90s. I haven't seen it though, or it might be in this decade. It's in one of the decades, but yeah, Edward Yang's amazing.
As you can tell, I still need to watch him.
Have you seen Type of Story?
I've seen Type A Story. I
Okay.
barely remember it.
Okay.
I definitely need to go back to him. Like, I
Also,
was thinking about
yeah.
watching Terrorizers for this episode, but then I was like, I don't want to just... He's definitely a director I want to watch, like, kind of more than one at a time, you know?
Yeah. Also has Hao Shen acting in it.
Yeah, it
Which
does.
is kind of it's really cool. But yeah, Type of Story.
Alright, Blake, you're number 9?
My number 9 is Kagemusha. I will rewatch this again just to make sure I loved it as much as I remembered, and I do. But I wanted to watch Ron also because these two really are my favorite Kurosawa movies at this moment. Like Ron and Kagemusha.
Damn, typical weeb, you know, of course.
What?
Two samurai
How dare you?
movies you
How
love.
dare you?
Of course, those are your two favorite Kurosawa.
Oh
We're the
my
true
God.
Kurosawa fans, you know, we like High and Low and
Wow.
Dream.
Well, most people would probably say High and Lows is best, but honestly,
I mean, I'm not.
It depends. Like, obviously, Kurosawa is known for samurai movies. at the
he
end of
is.
the day.
I do think that most people would not say Kagemusha though. So
Probably Ron over it.
Ron is usually thought of higher than Kage, which is one reason
And
why I
Seven
wanted to
Samurai,
watch it too.
obviously.
Seven Samurai, Yojimbo obviously is a huge one. But Kagemusha is my favorite of his samurai films, probably because I like Japanese history and have read about it before, so I know who these people are that he's talking about. Because he doesn't really give you that much, like at all. It's basically a movie for Japan. At the end of the day, like he's not telling you the backstory of how they got here or how we got to this point, essentially. And so, if you don't know who these people are, like where the country heads from here, you're not like losing a lot because it really is about scale at the end of the day and how amazing the colors look. But if you get the story as well with it, it's really really fun. Because what part of the reason the colors and everything are so important and so good is because he's literally just taking all the colors and like insignias that all these different clans had and just putting them on the big screen like how they actually were. And just letting it go from there. It's a really great movie though. Like the scale is amazing, like I already said, and the colors. Those dream sequences are maybe the best in any of his movies. I have to rewatch Dreams because I haven't seen that in a while. But just the dream sequence of him basically after he breaks the leader's vase and sees that his dead body inside. Like he has this nightmare about him, and it's like the mountains in the back, like this matte painting. In the back, that's just the mountains that are like glowing red, and then he's like at this lake, and it just looks so amazing. But the thing is, like, one reason I like this too is like it ends, or really, you would expect that Kurosawa's main character would have this like great moment, but it's really kind of like Barry Lyndon-ish. Like it's about the downfall of this guy.
Okay.
Basically, like about the downfall of like this man had to be an imposter for this man that died for 3 years. And it's about his downfall after that. And we never get to see like his moment to like shine. He has like that one moment where he basically stays at the top of the hill instead of run away, and his troops like rally around him and they get a victory. But after that it's like all downhill from there. Because I don't know, it's just an amazing movie. But
I don't remember much
I don't
from
remember
it because honestly, it's funny because this is one of the first movies I watched with you guys.
oh really?
Because it's like early 2020.
No, I remember I watched it. We watched it together.
Yeah.
Too. Like, is there a scene like at the beginning, a long scene like where they're inside a room, like
Yes.
like
There's
talking,
multiple
like
scenes.
3 people, like it's like they're sitting in a triangle almost.
That's exactly how the movie starts.
Yes,
It's one of my favorite
yes.
shots.
I still remember
because-
how long that scene lasts.
Oh, it's
too.
so amazing. Yeah. Well, because the whole movie hinges on if you believe the imposter, the guy that's his double, basically his shadow. If you believe he actually had the will to do this for Shinga Takada or whatever his name is, I forget, but the Takada clan. Like, if he respected that guy enough to actually do this for him after meeting him just basically that one time. Because that's, like, what the movie basically hinges on, is if you believe that. And, like, believing that this man that died was such a great man that just, like, 15 minutes alone with him would leave an impression that, yeah, you would continue continue impersonating him even after he died. Like, you would like honor his wishes. So, but no, I still love that scene.
Kind of hero possible or something.
Yeah, I still love that scene though, because all three of them, like, obviously you have the double and Takeda, but then you have his brother sitting right next to him. All three of them look so fucking alike that you're like, who is who? At least the first time you watch it, but no. And then at the very end, you get like basically the death of their clan. It's so good.
Yeah. So it's best samurai movie, huh?
I think it is. It's He brings the Sengoku period to life like no one ever has, honestly. So
you are getting me like. Because it's kind of like Bergman, where like you start off with Kurosawa and Bergman, but I haven't watched him in a while, except for Dreams. So I watch all I've watched fairly consistently. But yeah, like some of these samurai movies I haven't watched in a while. It's kind of make you want to watch them.
You should.
Alright. So yeah, my pick, number 9. Luke said he was gonna let me have it, so I'm gonna take it now. Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Did you even give this a 5?
4.5.
Okay.
But I haven't seen. That's why I was kind of joking around when I said that.
They say all my picks are 5s, except for They Live. I gave 4.5.
Not 9 out of 10 are going to be 5s for me.
Okay, yeah.
My last one is probably
going to be 5s for me, obviously.
But the one I'm picking 10 definitely has the potential to be 5 in the future.
Same. They Live for me too. But Full Metal Jacket is like, to me, I'm picking this partly because. Like, this is known as, like, one of Kubrick's lesser movies, you know? Like, people think of this as, like, one of his non-masterpieces for some reason. Like, but for me, it's, like, just, like, it's, like, right up there with all the other ones.
It's amazing, yeah.
In some ways, it's his funniest movie to me, because,
definitely.
It's just, like, I mean, the first half is obviously funny, but even the second half has, like, so many funny
I just remember
moments.
the one guy with the huge guns and everything, and he's going insane, and, like, he, like, basically gets killed, basically, being an idiot or whatever.
No, wait, are you talking about the helicopter where he's like shooting the civilians?
Or I just remember the guy with the big guns and like he's like really big, and he's like really cocky. Doesn't he die or whatever? He does
die later.
Blazing with 2 like machine guns or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
Do you like the first half? Or the
I think that's
better?
the guy who says, "If I'm gonna," because someone's like, "We're dying for freedom" or something, and he says, "If I'm gonna get my balls blown off for a word, my word is poontang."
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's so many good lines in it too. Like, to me, the whole movie is represented by the one scene where he's, like, wearing the Born to Kill helmet with all the peace sign on the other side, and he gets that guy's like, "Hey, someone, come here, what are you doing? Why are you wearing that?" And he's like, hold on, I have it on my Letterboxd. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I was trying to suggest something about the duality mancer." He's like, "The what?" And he's like, "The duality mancer."
Yeah, he's, like, yelling the whole time he's saying that,
he's
too.
like, "The what?" Like, but basically, like, I think that's what this movie is kind of about. It's like we have both, like, basically humans don't have as much control over our actions as we like to think, almost in a way. Because like the Joker is like this guy who's like kind of ironic. You think he's gonna like fight back in a way, but at the same time, he's like at the end of the day put into the system and grind it the same way as like everyone else, you know. But
do you like the first half or the second half better, or are you like
I think you kind of need both.
Okay.
Because like the end of the first half is. You know, the guy going crazy, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you think about the very end of the movie, you can kind of say it's like a very similar thing that happens too.
Okay.
Like with him killing that innocent woman almost. Like, that's like the army still winning another way, you know?
Yeah.
And almost losing that duality. That's kind of like maybe he's been fighting within himself the whole movie in a way. But yeah, Full Metal Jacket is my number 9. And then my number 10 is, I think I've talked about this before, but Four Adventures of Reinette and Maribel. The Romer movie.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one took the Green Ray.
Oh, yeah, I'm surprised you didn't take the Green Ray.
I like this one better.
I don't love the Green Ray as much as you guys do, but I still really like it.
Damn, hater, you hate the Green Ray?
Romer hater.
No, this is a little. I like this one a little more just because of the kind of structure of it. It's like episodic. It has like it's literally called Four Adventures, and it is just like four adventures. And one of my favorite thing about Romer is like kind of like how low key his movies kind of like on surface feel. Like if you just heard like the titles of these four adventures, you'd be like, it's just like kind of a boring movie maybe, but he just makes the movie so exciting, and he like you just mentioned Kagemusha with color, but Romer in his own way is on that level.
In his own way, for sure.
Because like the way he uses color is just so insane. Like for how he matches like what he's going on in the movie. And this movie is blue, so like for sure, like this is he uses blues in such an amazing way in this movie.
He's blues also really good in End of Summer or Summer's Tale.
Oh yeah, Summer's
His beach movie. It was like it was 90s, I think.
Yeah.
I just remember the blues in that movie are insane.
No, this one's better.
Is it better?
Yes. Because there's like one of the like stories in the movie is like, because the Green Ray is like obviously about the Green Ray. This one, one of the stories is called they're like talking about the Blue Hour, which is apparently this perfect moment where it's silent right before the birds start chirping.
Yeah, it's the hour right before dawn.
Yes, so. And like the part of it is like they're like desperate to see. There's like apparently one moment where it's supposed to be like all silent. And they're like waiting for that moment. It's like kind of one of the stories and stuff. But no, like, like in the blue and some of those scenes are just so insane. I wish I could get a better quality like version of it. Like, I wish Criterion they don't have a Romer box set, do they?
They do. I have the Romer. I have the
Moral
Tales.
Yeah, it's a Moral Tales.
And they just released or are releasing soon the Four Seasons one.
Yeah.
Oh, Four Ventures and
the Four Seasons.
No, the Four Seasons.
The seasons. The four.
Okay, that might be worth it.
Oh yeah.
Is the Green Ray part of the Four Seasons?
No, it's Tale of Spring, Tale of Winter.
I always forget like his like that was like a Romer thing too. He loved like these groups of like.
There's I think the Autumn one too.
Yeah. An Autumn's Tale.
Autumn's Tale. That's like one of your favorite Romers.
That's one of my favorites too.
Okay. Do you have a favorite Romer? Or?
There's 3 5-stars. The Green Ray, this one, and an Autumn Tale. But yeah, Four Adventures.
Anything off of Romer?
Number 10.
All right, my number 10. Since Luke stole Miss Lonely, I'll go with my other 5-star. And the 80s from Obayashi. I Are You, You Are Me.
Oh, not Motorbiker Island?
No, that was 4.5. Still. I gotta rewatch that one first.
See, that's
no, I Are You, You Are Me. You haven't seen this one yet.
I'm joking.
Have you seen this one yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
No, it's a great movie. You're gonna really like it whenever you watch it. But it's got like, have you seen The Little Girl Who Conquered Time?
No, I think is School in the Crosshairs 80s. That's
also
the other 80s.
But the reason I brought up The Little Girl Who Conquered Time is he does a very similar like color palette in this movie. Like he goes from like black and white to like color and like the switch is interesting.
That's
also
Motorbike
his
Island.
That's also his Motorbike Island. But those other two are before that. But those two do it in a different way than even that one does. Like these ones, it's like color floats through the film basically. It's like in black and white a lot, and then you'll see like these flashes of color just like float across the film, and they'll like go full color for a little bit.
That's insane.
But I Are You, You Are Me is basically this. It's a body swapping movie, and it's the main character in Miss Lonely. It's him and then the main girl and the little girl who conquered time. Like that, two of the actors he basically uses in a lot of his movies in the 80s, I think. But it's about them falling down the steps at this shrine together, and then they basically get swapped bodies.
Damn.
And it feels like his trans allegory. At least whenever I first watched it, it felt like that because the way society reacts to their changes is very much how society reacts to just like trans people in general. Okay. Like you're not supposed to be acting like this. You're a boy. You're not supposed to be acting like this. You're a girl. And they're like literally not because they're literally a boy and a girl in different bodies. But it's just also really sweet. It's a sweet and wholesome movie.
I like that.
And nothing bad ever happens in it really. Like the worst things that happen I think is like they get bullied or something like that. But they always have each other. So it's like really cute. And the ending's also really good. But I mean, Obayashi does, like, memories in this, like, innocence so well. And you already said that with Miss Lonely, but...
And Motorbiker Island does that. He does that so good, too.
So good. No, his Motorbiker Island, that was definitely a Covers 4.5, because I'll probably give it a 5 the second time.
It's so good.
But I still remember there's that one scene where, in that movie, where... He's basically, I think it's at the end whenever he's recounting his memories about her, but it's her dancing and him just like looking at her at like under the bridge. Oh, it's so good.
There's a million scenes in that movie that you could say. But I was gonna say you're talking about his use of color, like how he kind of like switches back and forth. But my favorite thing about it is that there's not like a logical thing to it. It's just like it really is just like feeling in a way. Like,
and that's the best thing about him is he has a feeling director for sure.
For sure. But yeah, I guess.
All right, Luke,
I can
close us out.
Close us out. Damn, actually, this is stressful. I gotta pick something.
Last movie of the 80s.
There's quite a few directions I can go. I'm just gonna go with the movie I haven't really talked about. And I just rewatched this week, so it's perfect time. Un Chambre en Ville, directed by Jacques Demy, or A Room in Town.
Room in Town.
Basically, like Demy's like old man pessimistic musical. It's like basically it's like set like.
That kind of got me intrigued.
Yeah,
I guess
okay. So I'm gonna get you more intrigued.
Alright.
He takes the same format as Umbrella Cherbourg with the singing, but to the opera singing,
Yeah.
and takes it into this like. It's basically about this like affair that happens during like a violent like workers' strike in Paris, and it's like it's honestly super like in a way like I still don't like completely understand it, but when it does definitely feel like him kind of like having like it being in dialogue with his like earlier like more optimistic movies about love, and this one's just like a bit more like it's just like it's very old man like pessimistic, but like it's so good still. It still has like the classic Demy stuff in it. And just it's super interesting. Not everyone loves it, but I definitely love it, and it definitely has its lovers too.
An old man musical, I love it.
Old man
musical. I gotta watch it.
Oh, it's great. Also has it has Michael Piccoli, who also was in like Young Girls of Rochefort, and also has the actress. The main girl from Madame Day, and she's also in Laurent too.
Oh yeah, Danielle Deroux.
Yeah, she's in it too. She's really good. It's a super interesting like counterpoint in Demy's career, like to his earlier like stuff, which makes it so interesting. But yeah, it's amazing.
Alright. Of course, you had to have a Demy on there.
Oh yeah, I had to do it. I just rewatched this week, so I don't think I've ever really talked about it too.
No, you haven't. Actually.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You like the more optimistic ones, huh?
I mean, I like both.
You don't like Demy's late style as much?
No, I really like his late style.
Okay,
I really like it.
I want to watch the Model Shop.
Oh, Model Shop's amazing. I've heard people compare it to Persona.
Pied Piper 80s also?
I'm pretty sure I read.
Interesting.
I honestly, I've seen it twice. I don't really
Is
like.
Pied Piper late style or something? Asking?
Well, I asked if that was the 80s. But...
It's like 70s, I think.
Okay, because that one's also a little bit more pessimistic.
Yeah, he got more like political. It's really interesting.
Yeah, should we read our list off?
Yeah.
I guess I can go first. Yeah. Alright, I went number 1, Mind of Clay. Number 2, La Jean. Number 3, Intervista. Which, did you guys know what Intervista means? Which I finally realized what it meant on this watch.
Intervista.
Which it's kind of obvious when I say
Universe or like...
No, that's what I thought. I was thinking.
Yeah.
It just means interview.
Oh shit.
That's what he's going to do. Like
Yeah,
when he
yeah,
goes
yeah.
to Chita.
Damn, I like that.
But it kind of gives you that inner
Yeah,
world,
it does,
which is kind of what the movie is too. That's it's a good. I don't know. It's like a weird great title in English.
Yeah,
Even though it doesn't mean what you want it to mean. But Intervista. Okay, 4, Violent Cop. 5's Kiki Delivery Service. 6, They Live. 7, Ramanujanacharya. Number 8, Anantaram. Number 9, Full Metal Jacket. And number 10, Four Adventures of Mirabelle and Reinette.
Right, mine. Number 1, Sans Soleil. Number 2, A Better Tomorrow. Number 3, My Neighbor Totoro. 4, Prison on Fire. 5, Blade Runner. 6, A Better Tomorrow 3. 7, Joan of Arc of Mongolia. 8, Thrupad. 9, Kagemusha. 10, IRU, You Are Me. Got all of them but one, because some asshole stole it. So.
I'm just doing my job here, you know. My picks were number 1, Love Streams, directed by John Cassavetes. Number 2, Miss Lonely, directed by Nobuhiko Obayashi. Number 3, Legend of the Stars Brothers, directed by what's his name?
Yeah, I was like saying the directors. We didn't say the directors.
It was
did we?
Makoto Shinkai.
Makoto Shinkai. So. Yeah, I knew that. I was just like, I need to jog my memory. Mishima, A Life...
True fan.
Number 4.
Exactly.
It's the only movie I've seen. Number 4, Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters, directed by Paul Schrader. Number 5,
Paris Tezuka. Sorry.
Oh, damn. Yeah,
Makoto Shinkai's the anime
Blake got
director.
it wrong.
Makoto Shinkai's the anime
We're both
director.
frauds,
We are.
sadly.
I've only seen that one too. So.
Yeah. Number 5, Paris, Texas, directed by Wim Wenders. Number 6, Merry Christmas to Lawrence, directed by Nagisa Oshima. Number 7, Fanny and Alexander, directed by Ingmar Bergman. Number 8, Koenigsegatti, directed by Godfrey Reggio. Number 9, Taipei Story, directed by Edward Yang. And number 10, Un Chambre en Ville, directed by Jacques Demy.
Speaking of Stardust Brothers, did you know that he directed a sequel? Apparently,
We talked about this, I think.
oh, did we?
episode.
Okay, did we talk about?
I
that?
think we mentioned it. You mentioned it on the episode.
I didn't remember that.
'Cause
We might have mentioned it off air. I don't know if we mentioned that episode, but
Okay.
I don't remember. I was shocked whenever I found out, though. So
I know there's a remake too, like in the 2010s.
Yeah.
I think.
But yeah, that's the 1980s.
Yes, sir.
Good episode. I think as we concluded, maybe not our best decade out there, but
yeah.
like
best
it is.
decade.
There's better ones. There's definitely
90s might
Maybe
be
after we
better.
do all the, are we
You
gonna
think
do
it's the best? You said
wait,
the best?
90s might be better. You might be right, but
are we gonna do some of the early ones like
we need to. Eventually.
40s?
We need to.
I just
We
need to watch more.
Yeah, exactly,
Like that's the
exactly.
problem. Especially like 20s and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's like we're gonna all be picking the same ones.
But I mean, 90s like in 2000s and like 2010s.
Yeah,
are
yeah,
good,
those two we
like,
can do,
We
yeah.
can definitely do.
those three we can do.
And,
And
also,
then
like,
maybe we can rank them at the end or something.
maybe.
That's really
That is
that's
hard
really-
though too. Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. Next week, our 100th episode, we've got we'll do a kind of like a recap episode basically because it's kind of crazy that we made it to 100 episodes. So
Yeah. With establishing the canon.
Never thought we'd
establishing our floating through film canon.
Yeah.
But yeah, until next week.
And then we also top tens.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
establishing canon, we'll probably like redo our top because we did a top 10 on our first episode.
We did
I think
Sight
it
and
was,
Sound. We did
yeah.
Sight and Sound
Sight
when the
and
Sight and
Sound.
Sound list was like coming out.
I thought that we did a top 10 on the very first episode too.
No, we only did the Oscar nomination
Oh, okay.
category thingies. But yeah.
So somehow we've never done a top 10.
Yeah, the Sight and Sound kind of was a
Kinda,
top 10,
yeah.
but like, yeah,
Yeah,
I guess like,
kind of.
it's just an interesting thing we
But
can
I
just,
guess
like,
it's kind of like a checkpoint episode basically.
yeah.
Establishing our canon and
Probably be something we could do every 100 episodes or something.
Yeah.
Add more films than the canon.
yeah. But yeah,
We'll explain it all next week.
until next week, hope to see you floating through the clouds.